Good morning. It's Monday, May 19th. Here's what we're working on this morning. A Burlington man who was detained by authorities in the Dominican Republic 2 months ago is finally home.
Two popular banquet facilities in Hamilton and Stony Creek are in receivership.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs playoff run ends with yet another disappointing loss.
You have to be happy that the Leafs made it this far.
Yes and no. Yes, because, it's an accomplishment.
How many other teams didn't?
Very true.
Right?
Yes.
Very true. But they seem to always hit this wall,
Yeah.
whether it's round one or round two,
Yes.
and not get any further than
However, always look on the bright side.
Oh, it's a musical theme
I see. Okay.
to today's holiday show. It's a holiday Monday. It's all musicals. I'm all right with that.
That's how we'll start the morning. Yes. And we're going to have a nice, bright, sunny day for our holiday today.
Okay.
How would that be? That'll put a smile on our faces after the Leafs. Oh, well, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, anyhow. Let's talk about sunshine. And, well, temperatures are going to stay on the cool side, actually. We're going to be below seasonal, actually, right straight through the week. Yesterday we got to 16. Today we're going to get to 16 degrees, but at least today we should have a mainly sunny sky. I know it's fairly cloudy right now, but the clouds will clear and we should have a lovely sunny day for our holiday Monday, which is always nice. We'll talk about the forecast coming up. Shall we talk traffic? Shall we see if anything's going on out there? Why not? Let's just jump in. Here's the 403 in Waterdown Road. Absolutely nothing right there. I'll just give you a few MTO traffic cameras just for giggles here. Looking at the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, nothing to see. If we go back into Stony Creek, 12 Nikola Tesla Boulevard basically, and then flip ahead to the QEW in Bronte, you're not seeing any problems at the moment in traffic, and it should be fairly light for the morning if you have to be someplace. We'll give you weather traffic details coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
The Toronto Maple Leafs have once again lost in Game 7.
Off Kaiser, Mikkola in front. Up ahead, Rodriguez. Gets it across. Seth Jones walks in. Scores! Seth Jones breaks the ice. 3:15.
They fell 6-1 to the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The Leafs led the Atlantic Division matchup 2-0 after back-to-back home wins, but the Panthers responded with 3 straight victories to take a 3-2 series lead. Florida will face the Carolina Hurricanes in the East Final Tuesday night, while Edmonton takes on Dallas in the West. I'll have more details coming up in sports.
A Burlington man detained in the Dominican Republic for 10 weeks is finally home after being accused of smuggling drugs. Simone Gavros is in Burlington now with more on this story.
Well, Annette, this all started as a vacation in Punta Cana, but then David Bennett was detained for over 2 months in the Dominican Republic. But now his wife, Jane Wilcox, posted this update on LinkedIn back on Friday with these exciting details. You can see here in this picture, Jane and David smiling ear to ear after months of being apart. The post says, quote, after a whirlwind 24 hours, Dave is home. She says more updates will come, but they spent the weekend snuggling in. Now, this all started on March 7th when David, his wife, and another couple were on their way home from a trip in Punta Cana. Bennett was taken into an interrogation room at the airport and accused of smuggling drugs in a bag that he didn't recognize. The first name on the bag was Davy, spelled D-A-V-I, while Bennett's travel documents all said David R. Bennett. This was the start of the next couple months that Jane once described as a living nightmare. Bennett was put in jail and eventually released on a $5,000 bail. The family was in touch with local Canadian Embassy, Global Affairs, the RCMP, and Burlington MP Karina Gould all along the way to clear Bennett's name. And even after the charges were dropped, he still couldn't get back home over some final court paperwork to confirm the case was withdrawn. Now, this morning, I reached out to Global Affairs to share any more details to see if they had any help with getting David back home. We'll give you those updates a little bit later as they come in. For now, things back to you, Rick.
Thanks, Simone. 6 people have been taken to hospital after a 2-vehicle crash in Norfolk County. Happened at around 9 o'clock last night at the intersection of Turkey Point Road and Highway 24. The crash involved a pickup truck and an SUV.
The driver of the pickup truck, the lone occupant, was transported to the hospital with undetermined injuries. 5 people in the SUV were also transported to the hospital. 1 female was airlifted by Air Orange to a Hamilton hospital to be treated for injuries, and a young child was also transported to the hospital with undetermined injuries.
The intersection was closed for several hours, but it has since reopened. We have reached out to the OPP for more details.
Toronto police are asking witnesses to come forward after a suspected drunk driving crash that killed 3 children. It happened early yesterday morning on an off-ramp at Renforth Drive and Highway 401 in Toronto. Police say the driver of one minivan ran a red light, lost control, and hit another minivan that was stopped at a traffic light. A 15-year-old and a 13-year-old child were killed instantly. A third child, a 6-year-old, died in hospital. Police say 3 other people in the van that was hit, a 35-year-old woman, a 10-year-old child, and a 40-year-old man, are in hospital. The CEO of Mothers Against Drunk Driving says the tragic results feel like deja vu.
It just is so frustrating that we work so hard to get the message out, and we still see this every day somewhere in the country, someone whose lives have been impacted by someone else's choices.
19-year-old Ethan Lahuillier of Georgetown faces several charges, including impaired driving and dangerous driving causing death. Toronto police are asking anyone who saw a Dodge Caravan heading east on the 401 near Renforth late Saturday night or early Sunday morning to contact them. Well, couples getting married, community groups, and high schools are scrambling after the sudden closures of 2 popular banquet halls. The Grand Olympia in Stony Creek and Michelangelo Banquet Hall on Hamilton Mountain are now in receivership. Gates to the venues for weddings, fundraisers, awards nights, proms, and grad parties are locked. One group found out while it was prepping for a dinner and dance at Michelangelo's that was supposed to happen last Friday.
Basically finished, and then I was called into the manager's office and unfortunately was told that they had just gotten word that Michelangelo's was going into receivership, which of course affected our planning, and the doors were going to be locked at 4 o'clock.
They found another venue but aren't sure if they'll get their deposit back. Several other banquet halls are now stepping up to help those panicking to find venues. Well, on this Victoria Day, government services and most stores are closed. That includes grocery stores, most LCBOs and malls. There's no mail delivery today and no garbage pickup. Most transit services are running on a Sunday or holiday schedule. 82 beer store locations across Ontario, though, will be open today. The Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum is also open, and so is the Royal Botanical Gardens in Burlington. Fireworks are going to be held tonight at the Dundas Driving Park. So there, Rick, something to celebrate.
Yes, fireworks. And Victoria Day. Sportsline, after the Leafs beat the Panthers in Game 6 back on Friday night, some fans were optimistic that this year would be different. But believe it or not, Leafs fans, it's happened again. Toronto is now 0-7 in Game 7s dating back to 2018.
Here's John Tavares starting out. Off the boards up ahead, but that's jumped off by Jones. Seth Jones for Greer. Kicked away, rebound, deep drop, scores! Jonah Gadjevich, 3-0 Panthers.
The defending champion Panthers dominated the Leafs in Toronto, skating to a 6-1 victory last night. Brad Marchand and Eetu Luostarinen had a goal and 2 assists each, while Sergei Bobrovsky made 19 saves as Florida booked a 3rd straight trip to the Eastern Conference Final. With the win, Marchand became the first player in NHL history to beat the same team in a Game 7 5 times. The Panthers will play the Carolina Hurricanes for a spot in the Stanley Cup Final, with Game 1 set for tomorrow in Raleigh, North Carolina. Max Domi scored the only goal for Toronto, which now heads into an uncertain offseason.
I just thought we had too many passengers throughout the rest of the game and just weren't on the same page. And they get a couple goals and momentum like that, and then you're chasing the game, and it's hard to get it back.
The Leafs have won just 2 of their 11 playoff series in the Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner era, and now pivot to a potentially turbulent summer. Marner set to become an unrestricted free agent July 1st, as is former captain John Tavares.
Yeah, like I said, pretty devastated with what just happened. Yeah, devastated. I've always enjoyed this team and this city, like I've always said.
Longtime team president Brendan Shanahan is also without a contract beyond this season. Scottie Scheffler won the PGA Championship for his third career major. He shot a final round 71 and won by 5 strokes over Bryson DeChambeau, Harris English, and Davis Riley. Richmond Hill's Taylor Pendrith was the top Canadian, finishing 6 behind for his best finish at a major and earns nearly $700,000. Scheffler's win puts him halfway home to a career Grand Slam.
Caruso with yet another steal. Caruso throws it back. SGA throws it down.
Hamilton Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has led the Thunder to the NBA's Western Conference Final for the first time since 2016 after a dominating performance against Denver. SGA scored 35 points. Jalen Williams added 24 as Oklahoma City nailed the Nuggets 125-93 in Game 7. The top-seeded Thunder will host the Minnesota Timberwolves starting tomorrow. The New York Knicks will meet the Indiana Pacers in the East Final starting Wednesday. Spencer Torkelson drove in all 3 runs as the Tigers topped the Blue Jays 3-2 to improve to a Major League best 31-16 record. Toronto has just 2 wins in the first 6 games of their 9-game homestand. The Jays welcome the Padres for a 3-game series starting Tuesday. Robert Mullen and Joshua Marchese hit home runs to power the Welland Jackfish to a 6-0 win over the Hamilton Cardinals yesterday at Bernie Arbor Memorial Stadium. The win gives the Jackfish the early lead in the CHCH QEW Cup. The Cup showdown continues this coming Thursday in Welland, where I'm going to be throwing out the first ceremonial pitch, and hopefully it won't hit anybody, other than the catcher.
All right, there it is. It's coming up. Bang! 12 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's Holiday Monday. So shall we check traffic first of all? Let's do that and get it out of the way because there's not a lot going on. 403 Waterdown Road is doing fine. So there's a car, okay? Let's go to our MTO traffic cameras. There's a couple of cars at the QEW Glendale, but basically nothing. Nikola Tesla still looks good. 403 Junction at Brant, no problems. Ford Plant and Cawthra. And that's a look at traffic. Okay, let's get to what we have temperature-wise at the moment. Getting you into this Victoria Day Monday. Temperature at the moment is sitting at 8. That's around seasonal for this time of year to start a day. It is mostly cloudy. Yes, the sun is up. It's been up for over 10 minutes, or actually almost 20 minutes now. The winds are light. Humidity is comfortable. Did I do that? There's no school today, is there? Oh, see how habits are formed. You just do it out of being natural. So I'll delete that the next time I use this. How would that be? Yeah, right. So air quality for the day today. See, we're all fallible. That's what we do. Air quality today in the low risk category. Okay, we've got a low pressure system way out to the west, but we're going to start to see some increasing cloud cover. Not today, not tomorrow, but we're looking at midweek. That low is going to cross us and it's going to bring us some showers by the time we get to midweek, but not today. Today, I know we've got a lot of cloud cover right now, but we're going to start to see some clearing. So temperature today anywhere from 14 to 16 to 18 degrees and a mainly sunny sky. Tonight, skies will be clear. Temperatures falling to 3 for Brantford, risk of frost. 2 for Kitchener and Guelph, risk of frost there as well. The rest of us, we're just going to be above that a little bit, 4 to 5 to 6 degrees. So a cool night. And then tomorrow, again, 15 to 16 degrees, 18 for Simcoe Cayuga, but a lovely sunny day for tomorrow. So a couple of really nice days, particularly for today. It will get better as the day goes on. But out the door this morning, it is still mostly cloudy, but the skies will clear. It is light winds, temperature right now sitting at 8 degrees. Long range coming up. Annette, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. Coming up after the break, we'll say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And the federal government will table a budget this fall. Details coming up in 2. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Emily, what's going on in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning. Well, Saturday Night Live has wrapped up its 50th season, and we'll chat about the host. Eurovision has crowned its winner, and there's a parody play for adult Potterheads coming to the Zodiac Theater.
Well, that'd be interesting. Canadian dollar is up 7 basis points, trading overseas at 71.69 cents U.S. Gold up $58.10 an ounce. And crude is down 25 cents to $62.24 a barrel. In midday trading in Europe, markets are down across the board in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia today, markets were down in Tokyo and Hong Kong, unchanged in Shanghai. North American markets, the TSX on Friday was up 74 points. Trading is closed on Bay Street today, by the way, for Victoria Day. The Dow gained more than 300 points on Friday, and the Nasdaq added almost 100.
Prime Minister Mark Carney promises the Liberal government will present a budget in the fall. Speaking to reporters in Rome yesterday, Carney defended his government's decision not to deliver a budget this spring, saying it would have little value if rushed out without clarity on some key issues. Opposition parties recently attacked Carney for being vague about his plans after his government said it would not table a budget before the House of Commons rises for the summer. Carney says the government hopes for more clarity in the coming months on Canada's defence spending plans, the overall economic outlook, and how to make the federal government more efficient.
We paid less for gas in April after the Liberal government scrapped the consumer carbon price. Economists expect that's going to help push Canada's inflation rate lower, possibly down to 1.6% from 2.3% in March. Statistics Canada is going to release inflation numbers tomorrow ahead of the Bank of Canada's next rate decision. That's coming up June 4th. The trade war with the U.S. is fueling uncertainty. Some economists say trade tensions could offset the benefits of cheaper fuel, while signs of a slowing economy may give the central bank room to cut interest rates again.
The UK and the European Union are meeting in London to discuss closer ties in their first official summit since Brexit. The meeting today between UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and top EU officials is intended to pave the way to a new agreement between the two sides. There is hope a deal could improve the UK economy that has been hit by a drop in EU trade caused by increased costs and red tape after leaving the bloc in early 2020. Starmer has sought to reset EU relations after the UK's Brexit vote in 2016.
U.S. President Donald Trump has ripped into Walmart, saying on social media that it should eat the additional costs created by his tariffs. Now, when Trump set those import taxes, he tried to assure people that it would be foreign producers, retailers, and automakers who would pay for the increased costs of goods. However, most economists have called out those claims from the very beginning, warning that consumers would pick up the extra costs for goods imported into the United States. Last Thursday, Walmart said everything in the U.S., from bananas to children's car seats, could increase in price.
Costco is putting new limits on gold bar sales as demand for the precious metal rises, driven in part by global uncertainty linked to Donald Trump's tariff policies. When Costco began selling 24-karat gold bars to members 2 years ago, it limited sales to 2 bars per person. The limit has been lowered to 1 per transaction. In January, customers could buy up to 5 bars per day. Now the maximum is 2 bars in a 24-hour period.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is going to be back with your traffic. We're counting cars, literally, and your 7-day forecast.
Good morning, 6:23. It's holiday, Victoria Day, and if you have to be someplace, let's have a look at what's happening on the roads. QEW in Martindale, there's a car. Okay, we're good. Top of the Burlington Skyway, yay! There's 3 cars. There's another one. Basically, you can see that there's just absolutely no volume on the highways, no problems, no collisions, no nothing. So it looks good so far today. We will continue to check traffic though throughout the morning, just in case something might happen. Let's get to our temperatures as we kick off this, what is going to be a lovely day. I know it's a little cloudy right now. Our temperature right now sitting at 8 for Hamilton, 9 Grimsby, Mississauga, 10 into Toronto right now. We talk about seasonals for this time of year. That's where we figure the temperature should be. Around 8 for the overnight low. That's where we sit right now. And 20 for the daytime high. We're not going to be near 20 degrees actually all week, right straight through the long range forecast. We're going to be shy of that for the next 7 days. Those are our sun times and our records for today. And yes, we are going to see the skies will clear as the day progresses. So We do have a fair bit of sunshine right now, pardon me, of cloud cover, but we are going to see that sunshine later. It's going to drop to a cool temperature tonight, 5 degrees. Some areas could get frost. Kitchener, Guelph, Brantford, possible. Tomorrow, sunny and 16 again. Look at those temperatures go down. Wednesday and Thursday, 11, 10, showers both days. Friday, again, showers and 12. Saturday, at least we come up to 15, and we struggle to get to 17 on Sunday. At least we'll get some sunshine back for the weekend. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Well, it's not just the rich and famous getting attention at the Cannes Film Festival this year.
A 3-year-old Pomeranian named Star is also turning heads as she walks near the festival. So this dog isn't even in any of the films.
Right.
But her fluffy fur and big smile are drawing lots of crowds with people stopping to take photos. So she's so cute. She's one of so many dogs in Cannes getting makeovers because there's so many people there for the festival. A groomer in the area says business is booming with dog owners bringing their pets in just in time for all the red carpet fun. They're getting all kinds of requests. One person even asked for a palm leaf design like the Cannes prize to be styled into their dog's fur. With her own Instagram page and a growing fan base, Star may not have Hollywood numbers, but in Cannes she is stealing the spotlight.
Absolutely.
She looks like a little tiger.
What a cutie patootie. Way to go, Star. Might get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame
Maybe
one day.
with tiny little paw prints.
Yes. Stay with us. More to come after the break.
Very nice.